We drove for 10 hours. It was painful. It was like a root canal that never ended. But root canals are way less painful. Fortunately, my co-pilots are rock stars and didn't complain. Mainly because they're easily bought with soda, fast food, and uninterrupted time with their iPads. And the dog. Oh, did we fail to mention that? The only reason we had to drive home was that stupid dog. We couldn't get her on a plane and had to drive her from Texas to California. Our plan was to ship her home and leave the trailer in storage in Kansas and pick it up on our trip again in the spring. Heads up, friends, no one ships Boston Terriers because of the risk of death. So we left early to drive her home. Had we stayed those 2 extra days, we would have been caught in the Great Texas Storm of 2021. Yeah, that one. Belle, your high maintenance butt saved us big time. Thank you.
Junior Ranger. I promise.
Oh, and we had to lie to the Rangers. Is that a crime? We wanted Ez and Nat, who were in San Diego, to get a badge from Big Ben. So we said they were in the car. Thanks to the Ranger, who clearly saw right through us, but pretended he believed us anyway.
Continue learning and to share what I learned.
Yes, Mexico. Okay, so the hike ended up being a little more than I expected. The boys were super excited about it. Oh, and did I fail to mention how hot it was? The boys taking off their shirts weren't indication enough? Yeah, they had every right to be upset. It was 95 degrees. Old Maverick Road. It made so much more sense on Google Maps. They failed to mention that 4-wheel drive was required. Can we all agree to keep it a secret from Becca? No, babe, I didn't take my 2x4 on a 4x4 road. That would just be silly. That noise? No, it's not my truck. It's, someone else's. Come on, Toyota, don't fail me now. Also, reason number 4,579 why you shouldn't buy a used truck. Those rocks, babe, very small. Like, very small. Gonna have to replace my tires. See, it was super smooth.
Jerk face. We have a GoPro with crazy stabilization. You are such a liar. You are so in the doghouse.
At night, the boys and I worked on puzzles. If you've never done a national park puzzle, let me tell you a little secret. You need to support your parks. Also, it's super fun. Done. 2 something hours later. Worth it? Worth it?
Goodbye, last national park. Big Ben. Goodbye.
We drove 11 hours to Tucson, Arizona to see my best friend. The kids clearly hated being there and were dying to go home. They learned how to ride a Segway. And Belle, who was never exposed to a doggy door, was disappointed as well. Oh, and I got to ride an electric bike. Clearly, everyone couldn't wait to go home. Who am I kidding? That time at Matt's was the best time we had the whole trip. Now, convincing the boys to leave was nearly impossible.
That sounded good, didn't it?
Yeah. Matt and I caught up playing pool for hours, but perhaps the best part was getting together with our old friend Orlando. The 3 of us haven't hung out for nearly 2 decades. We look better if I do say so myself. All good things must come to an end, and we had to hit the road. Before we left, we caught up with Becca's aunt, who is awesome. That's been one of our favorite parts of this trip. Catching up with those we don't see nearly enough. It's back to San Diego for now, until we hit the road again.